This video is about OET speaking. The role play is not about speech, it's about control. So, in today's video, we will see the role play for speech pathology. Most candidates think I'm a speech pathologist, so I must show therapy knowledge. That mindset kills scores. OET is not testing therapy techniques, clinical labels, academic explanations, or assessment tools. OET is testing how safely and clearly you guide a client, how you structure interaction, how you manage emotions, confusion, resistance. Okay, so in OET speaking, how you speak matters more than what you know. Now, let's see an important part that no one tells you. Speech pathology role plays usually involve clients who are confused, who are frustrated, who have communication difficulties, feel embarrassed or discouraged, struggle to explain themselves. So, OET expects you to slow the interaction down, check understanding repeatedly, use simple and supportive language to guide, not to give the lecture. If you speak like a doctor, you lose marks. If you speak like a therapist who controls the interaction gently, then you will get high score. Okay? Now, let's translate the marking criteria into speech pathologist reality. The first one is relationship building. This is huge for speech pathology. High scorers, they do normalize the client's feelings first, and then they remove shame. They give reassurance to the patient without promising outcomes. But bad scorers, they rush into explanation. They sound very mechanical and they try to ignore emotional signals. Okay? If you want to score high, then follow the good scorers approach. The next one is appropriateness of language. This is where speech path candidates win or lose. High score language means it should have short sentences, everyday words, and frequent checks, flexible pace. For example, you can do like, does that make sense so far? Let me say that another way. That is golden OET. Got it? And the next one is information giving and gathering. So here you're expected to ask focused questions and you need to explain in proper step-by-step approach. You have to pause for their response. You should not, dump in all the information. Got it? And here's the strategy that works specifically for speech pathology. Instead of thinking, I need to explain everything, think I need to guide the client through a conversation safely. So your role play should follow this invisible structure. I call it as a six-phase speech path role play model. The first one is emotional anchor. So you have to acknowledge their feelings first. That is pretty important, right? And the second one is purpose framing. Explain why you are meeting them, why you are talking to them. That purpose should be communicated clear. And the third one is chunked explanation. Small pieces one at a time because here you're not a doctor or you're not other professional, right? You are a speech pathologist. You have to break that into small pieces. And the fourth one is understanding checks. So you need to have a frequent natural checks to check the patient's understanding. You have to give a pause and then you should acknowledge their feelings and make sure that they understood what you are speaking. And the fifth one is client involvement. So you have to invite response, not like yes or no answers. It should be like an open-ended questions, no silence. Okay. And the last one is gentle closure. Yes, you have to give the reassurance and then followed with the next step. Most candidates, what they do, they skip the step 1, 4, and 6. But remember, high scorers never skip them. Now, let me tell you how to use your 3-minute preparation time. During preparation time, don't write sentences. You can do emotions to address, 2 to 3 main points, one reassurance line, and one closing line. So your goal is flow, not memorization. Got it? So let's see an example. The setting is community speech therapy clinic. Patient, a 6-year-old child's parent. Child has been referred due to delayed speech development. The parent is worried that the child is behind and may struggle at school. Now, your task is to explain the purpose of speech therapy, reassure the parent, address concerns about school readiness, and outline next steps clearly. Okay? So, try to incorporate all the tips and techniques that we have discussed so far and then try to come up with your response. Now, let me tell my response. Listen to it carefully. Hello, thanks for coming in today. I can see you are a bit worried about your child, and that's completely understandable. Many parents feel the same way when they hear words like speech delay. Before we talk about anything else, I just want to reassure you this doesn't mean your child has done anything wrong, and it does not mean you have missed something as a parent. Today, my role is to understand how your child communicates and to support their developmental step by step. When we talk about speech therapy, we are really talking about helping children to express themselves more clearly and confidently. Some children need a little extra support with sounds, words, or putting sentences together, and that's actually quite common at this age. You mentioned being worried about school, and that's very valid reason. The good news is that early support can make a big difference. We focus on skills that help children participate in classroom like following instructions, asking for help, and sharing ideas. I'll be working closely with your child, but also with you. I will show you some simple activities you can use at home so progress doesn't only happen in sessions. Does that make sense so far? Great. The next step will be an assessment where I observe how your child understands language and how they express themselves. It's very relaxed and child friendly, more like play than testing. After that, we will discuss a clear plan together and I'll make sure you understand each step before we move forward. Please remember, every child develops at their own pace, and seeking support early is a positive step, not a failure. Do you have any specific worries you would like us to talk about before we finish today? Okay, so this is my response. Now, let me tell you why this response actually scores high in OET speaking. The first big reason is that it sounds real. It doesn't sound like a candidate trying to impress the examiner. It sounds like an actual speech pathologist sitting with a parent having a genuine conversation. Right from the start, the speaker, that means I spoke, right? So I focused on the parents' emotions before explaining anything technical, and that's very intentional too. OET examiners listen for emotional awareness, and when you acknowledge worry or fear early, it immediately builds trust. Another strong reason this response score well is the language choice. Notice there is no medical jargon or academic vocabulary anywhere. Everything is explained using simple, everyday words that a parent can easily understand. The sentences are short, calm, and clear. So, this shows the examiner that the candidate knows how to adjust their language for the listener, which is exactly what appropriateness of language means in OET. And for speech pathology, of course, this criterion is huge. The way the information is organized, that also plays a big role. So I did not explain everything at once. Instead, the ideas are broken into small pieces. First, I have explained what speech therapy is. Then I addressed the school concerns. After that, I spoke about the next steps. So this step by step flow helps the listener stay calm and follow the conversation easily. So that's all for today's video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more OET tips. See you in the next video. Bye bye.